Now, the best way to build sexual tension early on in a relationship is to touch a man sensually, but not sexually. Because there are far too many people in the 21st century dating scene who go out with one another, they grab drinks, the woman hears the guy say something even remotely funny, say ha 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 ha, bam, they're sleeping together in the next hour, and then what do you know, she's confused as to why he's not taking her very seriously. And look, both men and women are completely at fault for this because I think nowadays we don't value building sexual tension. Nowadays, all we do is just go right for the good stuff. But the problem is it's not actually that good because there hasn't been enough sexual tension built in the first place. And the best way to be able to build that sexual tension with someone when you first meet that person is through the art of touch. So in this video right now, I'm gonna be giving you 5 places to touch a guy where we like to be touched, and it's almost guaranteed to send shivers down his spine. Keep watching. Hey there, Adam Lidolce from sexyconfidence.com, where I help you create your love story. And this video is all about the art of the touch. And let me tell you, as a guy who used to coach other men on how to flirt with you sexy single ladies, I used to coach men on how to touch women. And as you could imagine, sometimes it didn't go so well. But throughout this whole period, one thing I did learn is how powerful touch can be when you're flirting with someone. Because if both people are attracted to each other, once you start touching one another, suddenly it's sending signals to the other person that this could turn into something real. And the best way to make a man absolutely yearn for you on levels that you couldn't even imagine, the best way to do that is to touch him but not give him all the goods. And because I am organized, I'm gonna go from head all the way down to, I'd say, the waistline, because we are not going any further below that for where you should be touching men. Because ladies, if you are early on in a relationship, you're just meeting a guy, flirting with him, don't be touching him below the waistline. Keep the PG, all right? So let's just jump into the first place to touch a guy to send absolute shivers down his spine. Let's start with the hair. Now, this isn't the type of touching the hair where, like, Jess will do this to me when I clearly have my hair all over the place and she's just going like this to make it good. No, it's not that type of touch. It's when you look someone deep in the eyes and you just feel that connection and you can just lightly touch his hair, because there's actually a lot of nerve endings in the scalp that are going to literally send shivers down his spine. This goes without saying, but it's obviously easier the more hair he has. And if he is bald, you probably don't want to do this. Let's skip to number 2. The second place to touch a guy to send shivers down his spine are through the ears. Now, word to all you sexy single ladies, if you are going to kiss a guy's ears, just stick with the earlobe, because once you start getting in here, it gets a little weird. I kid you not. Years ago, way before Jess was ever in my life, I was making out with a woman, and then she starts kissing my ear, and I'm like, damn, this is nice. And then she just sticks her tongue as far into my earlobe as she could. It was almost like she was having sex with my ear. And that is where it went from being sexy to really weird. So remember, with touch, especially in these very sensitive areas, it doesn't take much to send those shivers down the spine. The third place you can touch a guy to send those shivers down the spine is through the neck. Now, back when I used to coach men on how to kiss you women, reading the green light of whether or not it's okay, I would always say, if she lets you touch her neck, 99% of the chance she wants you to kiss her. And the same principle can actually be flipped right side up for you sexy single ladies. If you want a guy to kiss you, just lightly touch his neck, look him in the eyes, and then let him come to you. And it goes without saying, if you are legitimately trying to send shivers down his spine, use your nails lightly, give him almost tickling the back of his neck, and it is guaranteed to give him that sensation. Now, not all guys are going to like that, but there are many men out there who will be absolutely enthralled when you do that. And if he starts giggling like a little schoolgirl, then stop. because that is not very sexy. Moving on down the body, the fourth place to touch a guy to send shivers down his spine is through the wrist, the inner part of the wrist. Now, I was recently talking to one of my Sexy Confidence Club members because she was on a first date and she wasn't sure how to give him that green light, that she was interested. She wanted to keep it flirtatious. So I told her on that first date, don't sit across from each other. Sit side by side with each other so that if the moment presents itself where he says something even remotely funny, just lightly touch his inner wrist. It's a very sensitive area of the body, and it's also a very vulnerable area of the body. So if someone's comfortable with you lightly touching their inner wrist, then they're going to be feeling more comfortable with you in general. And finally, the fifth area to touch a man to send shivers, I would say, up his spine, would be his lower back. Now, the nerve endings in the lower back are actually connected to the pelvis, which are also connected to other parts of the lower body. So perhaps you can be sending shivers elsewhere through the body. And that's all well and good, but I can't tell you as a guy how great it is to just be walking with a woman that you're really attracted to, or of course, that I'm in love with. I'm walking with Jessica, and she's just lightly putting her hand on my lower back. It's just a very natural connection you can have with a woman as you're walking together. So give it a shot. I'd love to hear from all you sexy single ladies. Have you ever touched a guy in any of these places? How'd it go? And do you have any horror stories of when you tried to touch a guy in other places and it got really freaking weird? Comment below. And also, if you want more tips on how to be able to flirt with a guy and connect with a guy, I have a really cool course that I just released in the Sexy Confidence Club membership. It is called the Feminine Charm Code. I'm gonna leave a link in the description in the comments area, and you can get access to that course as well as all the other courses in the membership area, as well as get access to the community of other sexy single ladies that you can connect with and connect with me directly. You can get all that stuff as a Sexy Confidence Club member. I'd love to see you in there. Again, we have that link right there below. You can try it free for the next 14 days. We'd love to see you in there because it's something that I'm so excited about, I'm so proud of, and we're already seeing incredible results from our members. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a heart, give it a like, give it a follow, give it a subscribe, wherever you're watching this video. It really helps me out a lot. And thank you so much for being a part of this incredible community. I will speak to you, you sexy single lady, next week. Bye-bye.